Our next match was a hell of a barn burner. It was between two UK standouts and one absolute fan favorite, another one was just a monster. And it was for the Intercontinental Championship. It was the Celtic Warrior, the veteran, Sheamus, versus Walter. Yeah, I know he's Gunther, but you know what? No, he's Walter. Even the damn crowd kept calling him Walter. So that's what it is. That's what I'm saying. This match, I didn't have a lot of hope for this because WWE has not booked the can you tell I'm excited? Didn't book the Intercontinental Championship very well in the past couple years. Ever since they've got the new Aztec design that they debuted, this title has been more than nothing but like a story prop. It has gone from the days of Seth Rollins and Dolph Ziggler and Shawn Michaels and Razor Ramon and all the greats to this. Well, they told a little bit of a backstory that, this would be Sheamus's Grand Slam of Grand Slams because it's the one title that's always eluded him. And I think that would have been a really cool story. And they used it with the backdrop of one of the greatest SummerSlam matches of all time. Donnie will probably argue it is the greatest SummerSlam match of all time. But wait a minute, since Brett ate the pin, probably he won't. But SummerSlam 1992 in Wembley Stadium was the last time they had a pay-per-view of this magnitude in the UK. So they used that as a backdrop. And it gave an air of possibility to this match because you're thinking, going in on paper, Gunther's on a roll. Oh, shit. Walter's on a roll. And there's no way they're going to cut the legs off right now. Although Bianca Belair would argue retrospectively because that has happened. So Sheamus, always a great performer. He's a brute. So this match started out really, really interesting. You had Sheamus with his brawlers, and then you had Imperium flanking Walter, and they got in the ring, and it was chaos ensued around them, and it was just an intense stare down from Sheamus and Walter directly at each other until the bell rang. They didn't move. They were completely stoic. It was wonderful. It was so cool to see because it was different from the norm that we always get. We get the tempers are flaring, they go in the ring and then just start, hammering at each other. No, this was two calm, cool professionals staring at each other saying, nah, I got your number. And as soon as the bell went ding, 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 they just started ringing each other's bell, and it was great. And the cool thing about this is this never slowed down. This was a match that kept its pace the entirety. Go back and watch it. It is probably the match I would rewatch on this pay-per-view. I'm just giving you a spoiler up front. This match was utterly fantastic. It was brutal. It was old school. It was new school. It was every school you got an education in between. You had a doctorate in all forms in all fields before you left this match. It was wonderful. I said wonderful twice. That's all right. I'm putting a point. I'm emphasizing. People who are going to say, oh, you said the same adjective. Yeah, that's right, because it was so good I had to say it twice. And Sheamus, he looked like he went through a meat grinder. Walter's chops, even though he's lost a lot of mass and he's physically imposing because he's so cut and he's so, bricked out now. Before he was just this mass mountain of a man. And when you would see him against Dragunov, I highly suggest that. You've heard this on the show, that go back. It's one of the best matches I've ever seen. This was very reminiscent of that. Walter doesn't have the mass anymore, but good God, does he have the skill and the intensity. I mean, he was taking it to Sheamus, and to the point where Corey Graves and the announce team was sitting there going, have you ever recalled the last time Sheamus was dominated like this? And everyone had to say no. And I have to say the same. The last time Sheamus was dominated in this fashion was WrestleMania, when Triple H came in and completely destroyed his push and just bitched him out, jobbed him out in a really sad, sad state of an affair. But that was not tonight. This was a grueling competition, back and forth, ongoing. They continuously brought it. Every time you thought that they couldn't rise to the occasion, they found more reserves in the tank, and they just went at it. And I mean, Sheamus, he's pale-skinned, and, I sympathize because I am a pale-skinned brother. He drilled him with these chops that I've never seen. He hit him so hard, Ric Flair's mother would blush. Unbelievable. And it just, you know, you had white noise, you had the 10 beats of the Bowery, but yeah, it was really cool because he kept stopping him, and then he did the 10 beats of the Bowery finally, and it was like 14 beats of the Bowery. I mean, they just sold the match so well that it wasn't a hatred, it was a professional one-upsmanship. It was pride, it was country, it was blood, sweat, tears, it was everything that you wanted, and it was so damn amazing. It went back and forth. I was lost in the moment in time. I was a prisoner of the moment. Could not tell you how long this went. If I had to venture, it was somewhere around the 25-minute mark, but this felt like it went for a longer time because it was just a titanic battle between two massive behemoths, and they just brutalized each other, and it was great. As I suspected, Walter went in with the championship, came out with the strap. It was the right call. Do I think it would have been neat for Sheamus, or really, really exciting for him to have won in the UK and win the final title that eluded him? Yes, but at the expense of what Walter's going through right now. They need to keep him hot. He's on the main roster. We've seen so many NXT people fizzle out, and if they don't want to do that to him, this was the right move. I concur. What I gave this match, so this match got the highest ranking of the night. I have to actually change it once again because I'm looking at my notes. So originally this was a 3.5 count. This is getting a 3.75 count. Yes, on my ridiculous rating scale, almost a 4. It was so good. I highly endorse you all to watch it. Till the next one.